Well, two explosions have struck the Gikomba market area of the Kenyan capital, Nairobi, killing at least 10 people and injuring dozens. It is not clear what caused the blasts, but Kenya has been hit by a spate of attacks in recent years, and these attacks have been blamed mostly on the Al-Shabab militant Islamist group from neighbouring Somalia. Meanwhile, earlier, hundreds of British tourists were evacuated from the resort area of Mombasa amid warnings of an attack. Meanwhile, hundreds of UK tourists are being evacuated from parts of the Kenyan coast after the Foreign Office warned of a high threat from terrorists. Tour operators Thompson and First Choice cancelled all flights to Mombasa until October and said some 400 holiday makers will be flown back as a precaution. The FCO advised against non-essential travel to areas within 37 miles of the Kenya-Somali border and Nairobi. The main threat has been linked to the militant Islamist Al-Shabab group.
British tourists queue to fly out of the Kenyan city of Mombasa following travel warnings by several countries as travel companies chartered planes to repatriate them. Britain, the United States, France and Australia have issued warnings about travel to the East African country, while hoteliers said at least 400 tourists had checked out of hotels along the Indian Ocean coast.
The Kenyan people are absolutely brilliant, and it is such a shame that we have to cut our holiday short because of other people. And we feel for the people we have left at the hotel who work there. We are so sad for them.
We've been here for 9 days now. We've had a safari. We've had a really good holiday, great time. Just really disappointed now that we've been told to go home, and we're going to miss it.
Tour operators Thompson and First Choice have cancelled all flights to Mombasa until October the 31st and are repatriating holiday makers. Kenya has called the alert unfriendly, saying they would increase panic and play into the hands of those behind the gun and grenade assaults that have hit the capital Nairobi and the coastal resort of Mombasa. Explosions in both cities on the weekend of May the 3rd to 4th, one of them at a luxury seaside hotel, killed 7 people, although no one was hurt in the hotel attack. Kenya blames the blast on the Al-Qaeda-linked Somali group Al-Shabab. The Islamist movement killed at least 67 people in a gun and grenade raid on a Nairobi shopping mall last September, claiming it as a revenge for attacks on its fighters by Kenyan troops in Somalia. The warnings and departures by tourists from hotels along the popular coast are further harming Kenya's tourism sector, which President Uhuru Kenyatta has said is on its knees following the deadly attacks.